play.
We're going to be talking basketball.
Dishes it to Barkley, who somehow finds daylight. Allen for the win! Yes!
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Sixers postgame show with Dennis and KJ McCoy, proudly powered by TickPick. Let's take it to the show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sixers postgame show / debrief. I'm Jesse, as always, joined by co-founder of 302 Birds, KJ McCoy. Tough one against the Knicks. Let's get right into it. The Knicks obviously took over the Xfinity Mobile Arena. They took over the Sixers. They dominated them from start to finish. And they swept us. It was an ugly, ugly series, KJ.
Yeah, it was nothing but ugly. And definitely seeing those Knicks fans just take over the stadium was absolutely disgusting. And I know that some fans are pissed off at the organization right now. I get it. But definitely that was just pathetic. And I get it, though. The product on the court's bad. But, I mean, it just from all different kind of aspects, it was pathetic in all different ways. So there's a lot of people to blame. There definitely is ownership. GM, you can blame a lot of people. It sucks because they really had us. They gave us some false hope with the Celtics series. They really did, and honestly, I mean, you're seeing this. And to be honest, I agree with this guy. Trade Embiid at this point. You're not gonna. I mean, it's the one thing I'm gonna say now. You're not gonna really make it out past the second round. That was pretty much your ceiling right there with Joel Embiid. The guy is just not going to get you past anywhere. If we do get past a second round, it will be because of somebody else. It will not be because of Joel Embiid. And I know that, yes, Joel had a great series against the Celtics. I get that. But this series against the Knicks was just awful. And it was, for everybody, it was just absolutely disgusting. So really just annoying. It was very frustrating to see those Knicks fans just take over the place. It's funny because you see Josh Hart after the last game, he's like, "Oh, I thought Philly was a sports town." It is a sports town, and the funny thing is, the Eagles freaking own your freaking Commanders of anything, Josh Hart. And the funny thing is as well, the Eagles fans do the same freaking thing to what the Knicks fans did to us. We go to MetLife Stadium. We take over that stadium. We don't say, "Oh, New York sports is over." I mean, New York sports is just irrelevant, though, in general. And congrats to the Knicks. And, that's great for them. But think about it. The Mets suck. The Giants suck. The Jets suck. In general, though, New York sports suck. Yes, the Knicks are that little light right now, and they can keep on holding on to it. But it's funny to call out a sports city that is they have so much dedication. I mean, you saw it from the Flyers fans. You see it from the Phillies fans. You see it from the Eagles fans. I thought you would see it from Sixers fans, but you don't really see that anymore. And I don't blame them at the same time because this is the same freaking product. And it sucks because I'm such a basketball guy. And, it really sucks. I'm trying to put all this into one, main thing, and it's all going all over the place because that's how this organization is run, all over the place and just a mess.
Yeah, well, we have the phone lines open. Dalton commented it earlier, so if you want to get in, hang on. If you want to, wait a minute. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah. If you want to get it, there we go. What the heck am I doing? I had as big of a stroke as the Sixers offense did in Game 4. If you want to call in, rant about our Sixers, you can certainly do so.
I would love to rage with you, so please, somebody call in. I do also want to say, I'm not a Villanova fan. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I've made this clear. I'm not a Villanova basketball fan, nor was I ever. But I respect what they used to have. And for the Sixers not making it a priority to have a Villanova player from those teams, from those championship teams of 2016 and 2018 is despicable. Because even as a depressed Georgetown Hoyas fan, I'm going to tell you this right now. Those guys were in my nightmares when we used to play them in the Big East, and now they're my nightmares in the NBA, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. Mikal Bridges was ours, and Brett Brown just freaking crushed that and just literally said, well, he made Mikal Bridges' mom, who was already crying happy tears, turn into sad tears because he was getting traded to the Phoenix Suns. It is absolutely criminal what the Sixers have done, not getting any of the Villanova players, and now we see them as villains over there, the Villanova villains, and it sucks because you have these other fans that were Villanova fans, and they're Knicks fans now. They're Villanova Knicks fans, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them because the Knicks took a chance on these three guys, and they are doing amazing for them. They are honestly one of the reasons why they are at this point. And it's crazy. It really is a disgrace. I mean, as we're seeing.
Well, I'll throw this over to KJ, and while we maybe wait for, some for some callers. I'll give my opinion first. It has to be the Knicks. It has to be after what we saw against the Sixers. I know it's the Sixers. And yeah, I'm degrading us a little bit, but those games, especially that last one, it wasn't even close. Yeah, you have the Spurs. Yeah, you have the Thunder. But, to me, it has to be the Knicks.
It could be the Knicks. It could be the Spurs. It could be the Thunder. And, yeah, somebody's just saying they've been a disgrace since the process started, losing games on purpose to get higher picks. Yeah, and those higher picks, they didn't pan out. They picked the wrong guys. We could go on a list. We can go on a tangent. I could go down so many players that we've passed up on or we had at one point, and we've just let them go or something like that. You could go back to even a little bit, not too far back, but Isaiah Joe, who went and won a championship with the Thunder. Good role player, great role player. Another guy, too, I just found out about Champagny from the Spurs. He's doing great for them over there. We freed up space when we released him. We freed up space to get Mac McClung. And don't get me wrong, I mean, me being a Georgetown Hoyas fan, I loved seeing Mac McClung. But at that point, though, Mac McClung is like one of those G League players, and it's like you see what the price pays. There are so many players like that. But then there's also, the McCain thing, too. That sucks. Trading him away like that. We talked about Mikal Bridges thing. We've talked about us us trading away that pick in the Markelle Fultz draft where we could have had Jason Tatum. There are so many what ifs. It's crazy. You could have had, instead of Jahlil Okafor, you could have had Devin Booker. There are so many what ifs. You can put them in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear the what ifs that I'm missing. But it's absolutely it's devastating. The amount of times they messed up on players. They have really, honestly, evaluated players wrong is just mind-blowing.
Well, this is the biggest one for me. Tobias Harris over me.
That's
I mean,
another mistake they make. Yeah, that's another mistake.
that guy's still good, and he's like what, approaching 40? Yeah, Tobias Harris. He's also admittedly having success with the Detroit Pistons, which is pissing me off for a million and one
He wasn't
reasons.
going to have the success here. He didn't pan. Like Tobias Harris, it wasn't going to work. I knew it wasn't going to work. No one, when he got that contract, the guy is a guy who never even made an all-star team. And it's just like the guy was getting paid like he was a freaking franchise player. It was absolutely disgraceful. I agree that, I agree that Jimmy Butler should have been a Sixer. And B tried to tell the franchise to do that. They didn't listen to him and yada, yada. It sucks. I mean, you think about too. I mean, we thought we had a great future with the process with Ben Simmons. I mean, I don't know if we talked about that either. Ben Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
We really, I was a Ben Simmons believer, and the way that his career just crumbled was just, it's pathetic. Yeah, honestly, yeah, the Al Horford situation. There are so many things that show that Joshua Harris should totally sell the team. He's not going to. He wants to see us suffer. That's just how it is. And if he really cared, he would have sold the team, but he hasn't.
Yeah. Well,
so it sucks.
You kind of alluded to it, but I mean, I think that this team has the potential to have a pretty rough off season, to be completely honest with you, because the biggest problem for me is their lack of hitting the three. I mean, shit, they were 22% a game for. They don't have any of those guys, and to me, there's not a ton of room. Check the cap space real fast, if you don't mind. How much money we have to spend during the off, in free agency, the off season, if you don't mind. I don't think it's a whole bunch, and right now I feel like you're stuck. You're stuck. Maybe Joel gets traded, and I kind of don't really see that happening. Although I saw a ton of rumors floating today around NBA Twitter on that. I don't see that. I don't see that happening.
So
but
now
then who else?
Right now it's saying for the 2026-2027 NBA season, the Sixers are projected to be over the salary cap with a projected cap deficit often estimated 21 million to 38 million, meaning they do not have cap space. And this is saying this in blue. They do not have cap space. Daryl Morey has put us in a hole. He has dug us in a hole that we don't have any ropes. We don't have any kind of climbing usage. We have nothing like that. We are stuck in the hole. And we have no arms and we have no freaking legs. So that's what's going on. We can't get out of it.
And he traded your best sharpshooter in Jared McCain, who's lighting it up. I'm gonna pull up his stats real fast. I think he's lighting it up with the Oklahoma City Thunder, all in hopes to duck the luxury tax. Guess what? That's not happening.
I still find it criminal that they could not get a player from that trade. I find it so criminal they could not get a player from that trade, and for them to make that trade happen as well is just it's horrible. But it's going to be a really interesting offseason. And are they going to keep Joel Embiid? Joel Embiid even said he doesn't know if he's going to be back. That's the first time we've heard him ever say anything like that or anything most like remotely close to maybe the possibility of leaving or leaving to go to another team or maybe retiring. But that definitely is something to think about. When you re-signed him, I knew that was a bad idea. I mean, everyone did. Everyone knew you're signing a guy back who has knees that are made of glass. I mean, the guy has so many injuries, and it's just it's painful. I mean, it's so painful, like to have all this false. And he had the right path this year. They had the path. I mean, them being the Celtics, how they did. But the main thing was the Knicks are a better team. The Knicks want it more. Their fans want it more. They care more. And they're hungrier. We're not. We were, but luck didn't go our way. The Kawhi Leonard shot happened. They didn't call it freaking travel. I mean, there's just so many things that could have and what if and everything like that. But they got some really big decisions to make. They can't keep on running this back. It is pretty much just like the Phillies. This is the same kind of problem. And yes, the team does look different, but what I mean by running it back is you don't, we were just saying, you don't have the shooters. They need to get some kind of shooters out there. They really do. I mean, I know VJ Edgecombe is a great young player. I am really high on the ceiling of VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. Those guys, as we said, somebody said in the beginning, I think it was Alexander. I could be wrong. Yep. No, it was Alexander.
No. He likes to call himself AJ.
Oh, AJ. Okay.
He's a guy I know. Yeah.
All right. Everyone is on the trading block except Maxey and VJ. Exactly. Everybody needs to be traded. I know people are like, oh, well, Embiid this, Embiid that. I'm sorry, but you can't keep on believing in this guy. You just can't, because he doesn't believe in us. He also said that he was going to buy people's tickets for them. I didn't hear anybody that said, oh, my God, Joel Embiid, thank you for buying my tickets. He didn't buy anyone's ticket for the game. It was a bunch of crap. The guy's a liar, and maybe he couldn't do it, but still, you can't be saying things and promising things that aren't going to freaking happen. It's just the same freaking thing with him, and that's why literally I sold his jersey 2 years ago. I had that for years. I sold it 2 years ago. I had a signed basketball, sold that, made some good money on it. The only things I have left is like Embiid socks and a card that I've tried to sell for years, and people still won't buy it, and I don't blame them. But it really sucks, because he is a great talent when he's not injured. He's playing through, he even admitted he was playing through so many things, and it seemed like the rest of the team, he's playing through so many things. You just have VJ and Maxey going out there and really contributing, but that's it. That's really it. So I think they really got to build around VJ and Maxey, and they got to move on from Embiid, because if you don't, and I don't know who's going to take his contract. I don't know who's going to try and trade for him. I don't know. I saw this, and I know people are like, oh, well, he won't go to Philly. There's no way. I mean, we got to see what we can pull out of our hat. I don't know if this could work, but apparently Giannis Antetokounmpo's on the trade block, I've heard. I don't know how they can really do it with the caps. We just saw the dead cap they have. So I don't know how the heck they can even pay them. But as I said before, they're in a freaking hole. And it sucks, because just the way that we were thrown around like a rag doll this weekend to the New York Knicks. And I despise their fans so much. I really do. Not all of them, but the ones that really think they're hot crap. I mean, it's pathetic.
Well, hang on, sorry. The other thing that I think you didn't touch on, so I will.
Yeah.
The Sixers, they averaged 17.6. The Sixers bench averaged 17.6 points for the entire playoffs. The entire playoffs, they averaged 17 points. That's fireable. That is catastrophic, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad, awful. I don't know how you describe it, but it's awful. They have nobody. They have Kyle Lowry, who old, he's a player coach. You have
Yeah,
Justin
he's gonna retire.
Edwards, who sucks. You have Grimes, who was counted on to be
I
that
would say
guy.
Justin Edwards doesn't suck, though. I don't think
Mm,
Justin Edwards, for a guy that's undrafted, I don't think Justin Edwards sucks. I really don't. I think he's a decent 3-point shooter. He's not an elite 3-point shooter, but he can get it done for you. He really can. But they need more guys like that. They do, and the problem is they just don't. And I mean, he really didn't step up in the playoffs, but I thought during the regular season, Justin Edwards stepped up for a guy that was undrafted. I mean, the way he did, he got his contract and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, he's just definitely, as we were saying before, it's really, I mean, you got guys on the bench like Kyle Lowry. It's just not going to work. I mean, the guy's old. They need some guys on the bench. The way that the Knicks really kill you, and the way they killed us, having guys, the spark plugs they had, like Deuce. That guy Deuce kills us every single game we play him. Every single game, that guy just goes off in Philly. Deuce McBride. Oh my God, I can't stand that guy because he's just such a confident shooter, and you need a guy that's going to be annoying, that's going to annoy other teams, and that's who you got, Deuce McBride.
What did he have? He had
26 points.
20. Yeah,
and they were all threes. I think it was all threes. Pretty much.
McBride was 4 for 4. Yeah, 4 for. Wait, no, sorry. 7 for 9. McBride was 7 for 9. 4 for 4 from the line, 7 for 10 from field goal range. You know, and you know what's the worst part? Karl Anthony Towns. He made me eat crow, man. I'm not a Karl Anthony Towns guy. I crap on Karl Anthony Towns any chance I get. And you know what? The bigger picture, I want to apologize. I want to apologize because starting in the playoffs, KJ, you know this. Dennis, if you're watching, you know this. You guys humbled me, and you were all like, "Oh, the Knicks are going to destroy us," and my delusional
I was one of those guys who said the Knicks would destroy us.
Yeah, you said it, and I was being a delusional Philly fan, as one does, and I'm like, "Oh, Joel Embiid's gonna carry this team. It's gonna be different this time, guys."
Yeah, they gave us false hope, dude. They gave us false hope. I mean, and for no reason, too, just to come back like they did against the Celtics, and they're like, "All right, believe in us. All right, we try and believe in you, and here's a problem: you blow the first 2 games, and blowing the first 2 games at MSG." Yeah, you're going to not have some fans that want to back you up on this because this is deja vu and they want to spend their money on something else that's not going to freaking crush their dreams or crush their bank account like the Sixers have many times. It's a repeat, reuse, recycle thing with them. And still always going to be a Sixers fan. I mean, no matter what. But it's getting tiring. It's not fun. This is not fun at all. Yeah, I'm with you, Todd. I'm rooting for Detroit too. I'm rooting for Detroit.
Well,
Tobias is on the team.
Yeah, I'm rooting for everybody but Tobias.
Yeah, everybody else I'm fine with, but Tobias, I mean, like, I hope he sucks and whatever. But you know what, though? The Knicks, I hate them so much to the point, like, they've surpassed the Celtics for me as the most hated team. They have surpassed the Boston Celtics to me. They have surpassed them because of how annoying and just like how annoying and just infuriating their fans are. And I know people are like, "Oh, well, Philadelphia fans are even worse." I don't want to hear any more New York fans, and I'm going to say this, say that we as Philly fans don't have class. I don't want to hear this crap anymore at all. I don't want to see any jerseys that say 0 class and whatever the hell. I don't want to see any of that kind of crap. Any shirts that say Philly has 0 class because the Knicks fans showed 0 class. You saw the way that they were trying to do a report, 6ABC, and the woman was getting harassed by Knicks fans, and it was disgusting. And I get it. The Knicks fans, some of them can't afford to go to the MSG games. I get it. Heck, I'm probably never gonna like go to MSG to go watch the six. I might go watch them play once. I don't know. Maybe
it's MSG.
it's MSG. Maybe I will. Maybe I will one day. But you know what? It's absolutely it makes sense that they come down here. It makes sense. And if you have Sixers fans that are giving up on this team, it's not like, oh yeah, they're just giving away their tickets or whatever. We've went through this so many times that to a point that it's just like, you know what? Yeah, you can buy the ticket. Buy the ticket. You pretty much donate to the Xfinity Mobile Center, arena, whatever it is, or yeah, that's just how it is. So I think with that, I mean, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but the way they were, it was just so freaking infuriating. And the crazy thing was, I was at a sports book and I was excited that Quentin Grimes hit a shot, and a Knicks fan got up in my face and was saying, "You want to bet on this?" And I was like, "No, dude, go use the machine or something." I'm like, "Dude, use the machine." And the guy got all up in my face and whatever the heck, and he was like trying to like start crap, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, dude, I'm at an event, I'm at a bachelor party, and I'm like, I'm not trying to like get physical or whatever the hell, but it gets to a point, it's like, why does it get to this point when I just say bang? And it's just these Knicks fans, I'm not saying all of them, but out of nowhere, they're popping out of nowhere, and they just think, you know what, let's just do this stuff, and then for some reason that it doesn't get headlines at all. I don't get this. It doesn't get headlines. I'm not saying what happened with me. I'm saying in general, there's no headlines of the behavior that they do, and it's nuts, because when we do stuff like this, it's a problem, and they're like, oh, typical Philly. But the New York fans doing the same freaking thing.
Yeah,
it's just really annoying.
Well, KJ, where was it? Todd. He leaves a good question. I have a good. I think I have a good answer for this, but I don't. I mean, I don't really think you give off big Tobias Harris hater vibes. But can you explain why we hate Tobias Harris so much?
I hate Tobias Harris too. Oh yeah, I do. I mean, my hatred for a Sixer, though, really, out of anybody, mostly is Ben Simmons. Yeah. That's always going to be the guy. Fair. That will always be the guy. I'm sorry, because and this goes with a lot of the guys that I hate that play for my teams. If I believed in you and you screwed us over and you pretty much didn't play your heart out here, I'm going to hate you. That goes for Nnamdi Asomugha with the Eagles. That goes for freaking Nick Castellanos for the freaking Phillies. I know Dalton's over there like upset me saying that, but that goes for him. He's not my most hated Philly, but he's up there. That goes with Ben Simmons. Yeah. Ben Simmons, I believed in the crap out of it. Well, actually, you know what? Ben Simmons, I believed in the crap out of him. I really did. And he had that talent, and he freaking poo-pooed it. He definitely did. Tobias didn't have he had talent, but the thing was too, the organization got into the trap thinking that this guy would help them go win a championship. He would be one of the core pieces, but he wasn't. He was not. And the core piece that you could have kept was Jimmy Butler. So that's why we really do hate Tobias Harris. They decided to pay Tobias Harris instead of Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler was really the guy that Joel Embiid really meshed with perfectly. And for some reason, that was broken. And when that was broken, the hatred for Tobias Harris was created. And to be honest, even though he was still on the team, people still hated him. You can notice there wasn't too many Tobias Harris jerseys out there. There wasn't. There shouldn't be. So, yeah, he's doing good things in Detroit. He doesn't have the pressure like he has over here, but he, I think, will always be one of the more hated Sixers. He definitely will. I think Ben Simmons is up there too, but yeah, Tobias Harris. Yeah, that's why we hate him.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And this is
Scott
my
Rowland's
reason.
another one. Yeah, Scott Rowland's
Yeah,
another one.
yeah. But this is my reason. Tobias Harris in the playoffs for the Philadelphia 76ers. For the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs, he averaged 16.4 points, under 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 57 games for the Philadelphia 76ers. What does that amount to? A 5-year deal, total value of $180 million. That's $36 million guaranteed per year. That is highway robbery. And the fact that you went with him over Jimmy Butler, who teared it up for Miami Heat. I mean, it literally became a meme. Tobias Harris over me. Literally, it became a meme.
Yeah, and the crumble cookie thing that somebody said, like casual fans. It's like, here's the thing, casual fans. It's like, dude, the fans, like, we have every right to, to judge you. We have every right to give you crap if you're not performing. They decided to pay you over Jimmy Butler. So go out there and show that you are worth that. Now you're showing that in Detroit instead. We wanted you to perform in the playoffs. You didn't perform in the playoffs. You're performing in Detroit for some reason. So that's annoying. I know somebody else was saying too. Someone said, "No whining, please." Said, "No whining, please." Philly fans earn the reputation. Okay, it's not really whining. I'm going to say this. Here's a main thing. Yes, Philly fans do stupid crap. Do I do stupid crap? No, I really don't do that stupid crap that people are talking about. No, I don't do that. I have somewhat of class. But yes, have Philly fans done some stupid crap? Yes, I mean, I get it. But let's not ignore that New York fans do stupid crap as well. I don't know why they get a free pass. Why do they get a free pass and we don't? It makes no sense at all. It is total bull crap that they get a free pass. It's like, oh, we're whining. Well, I think we have every right to whine, because here's the main thing. Even if whine or whatever you want to say, or complain, because people are literally not headlining what they're doing, but they're headlining and going back to the stupid Santa jokes about us throwing snowballs at Santa. They want to go back at that. And they just think, okay, yeah, everybody's like that. But look at the New York fans. Okay, yeah, they get exempt. They still get an A+ and whatever, because they just go to troll the Sixers fans and whatever the heck. And the way they're doing it is crap like that. And then they also, when a Sixers fan goes to MSG, he then gets harassed and whatever the heck. Oh, it's okay because they're not Philly. Oh, it's a Philly fan. He deserves it. That guy did nothing wrong. And that guy probably is one of the Philly fans that doesn't do that crap, like myself. So, yeah, it sucks. It really is stupid. Yeah, there are stupid fan bases everywhere. That's what I'm trying to make. I'm trying to tell people that. But apparently there isn't. And apparently the Knicks fans are angels. Apparently New York fans are angels for some reason. It makes no freaking sense. Nothing. If they get into a fight with the fan, that's okay. Yep, they were defending themselves, even though they might just literally knock out a dude for no reason. It makes no freaking sense.
It's awful. Yeah. Yeah. New York Knicks fans are a-holes, are crazy diehards. On all the fans. I hate TQ Barber called the Philly. I'm not going to say the word, but
yeah,
on
he called Joel Embiid but Joel Embiid, and I get it, but like at the same time, like he shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff. Tiki Barber also should not be talking, because he's honestly it's funny. He got to see his New York Giants win a Super Bowl without him. They released him right before they won a freaking Super Bowl. So he didn't even get to win the Super Bowl with them. He got to watch it from the freaking couch. So, I mean, he has no room to talk at all. He plays a different sport. He doesn't really have any room to talk about Joel Embiid. And don't get me wrong, Joel Embiid right now, he's on my hot list. And like to the point, like I want him out of the city. I want him traded. But Tiki Barber has no room to talk. No room to talk.
Was he the same guy that said that Philly isn't a sports town?
No, that's Josh Hart.
Oh, good God.
Josh Hart said that. And,
hit that. Yeah, hit that first. I don't think we talked about it. Hit that first and all.
Well, that's what I was saying. Josh Hart said that. And it's funny. I was saying, like, yeah, he's a Commanders fan, and he's saying that. And it's like the Commanders sucked last year. They didn't make the freaking playoffs, so I don't think he has any room to talk. I don't get how New York's now a sports town just because the Knicks are good. What about the Mets? What about the Jets? What about the Nets? And what about the Giants? I'm sorry. Are we just because your success with the Knicks, does that mean that they're all good now? Because it looks like with their records or their past, they aren't good. They're not. And yes, I know Giants fans are like, oh, but we beat the Eagles in one game at MetLife. Oh, whoop-de-doo. You finally beat us at MetLife. Whoop-de-doo. Finally.
Listen,
great job.
Dude, that city, when I think of New York, I think of the butt fumble. The butt fumble, bro. Like, I know this is Jets related, but like, are you kidding? That is the least sports city for the Mets. You literally, to turn your team around, you had to get actual Grimace to come in and turn things around. He did, but like we don't need that crap. We've got heart, we've got determination, we've got Scott Rowland as running into the center field fence. We've got guys, we've got backup quarterbacks.
We don't like Scott Rowland though. No one likes Scott. You're probably the only one that I've ever heard that likes Scott Rowland in Philadelphia.
I don't.
Even though he literally stabbed us all in the back. He stabbed us all in the back.
He gave way more effort than half the guys on this team.
He did not like Philadelphia, and he just wasn't built for this. He decided to retire as a like his team that he represented in the Hall of Fame. He represented the Cardinals. He didn't represent us.
Well, okay, but you had what? You had prime Albert Pujols. You had prime Waino. Like, come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like,
I don't blame him.
Nobody likes Scott Rowland in Philadelphia. Just nobody does.
I get. But okay, Scott Rowland is a bad example.
I'm just like,
yeah, no, but Scott Rowland's a bad example. But like, you had. Let me think. Joe Blanton hitting home runs in the playoffs. You had Nick Foles catching a pass in the end zone in the Super Bowl against the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady. You had the Flyers coming back in 2010 down 3-0 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. You had the Sixers in 01, making it all the way,
F Foles, I hate him for it. Well, isn't that Patriots fan talking? Alexander?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. He's very much so.
That's why he hates Foles.
No, I'm sorry. AJ, I'm sorry. Hold it, baby. Hold it. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
I mean, let's get back to talking about what they need to do. They might need to, honestly, Jesse, I think this draft this year, you got to make a push to get a top 5 pick. You got to make a push. These guys are good. You got Akoff. You got we're not going to get the band, so there's no way. But you got Akoff out there. You got I'm trying to think who else. But there you got Caleb Wilson. We're not going to get Caleb Wilson. There's no way. But still, if you can get Akoff, you get some guy like that, that would be great to really. I think this draft, if you can get a sharpshooter in this draft somehow that can pair with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, that could help you out to beat a team like the Knicks. That can help you out. But then you also need to get some free agents somehow. You need to, even though the cap is right now, you don't have good cap. You got to somehow figure out how to work around that somehow. Maybe you need to release some players. Maybe you need to do that. I don't know, but you got to figure out something because you can't run it back to the same kind of core. You just can't.
So you're saying that you're saying we need to release some players, huh? I wonder if a certain player needs to go to the G League. I'm kidding.
I'm going to say what?
I know.
No,
I know.
said building.
I know.
I said building with those guys, though.
I know. No, I know.
Yeah, he's the
I'm
last
messing
person
with
who's
you.
in the G League.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm messing with you. But yeah, I could see him getting rid of like an Adembona and something like that. But here's my
I don't
thing.
think you get a top 5 pick with getting rid of a Dembona.
Well, here's my thing. If you do that, don't trade him mid-season. Don't trade him mid-season for a bunch of firsts that you're gonna end up doing the same thing in the next draft. And this is what the Sixers do. They duck the luxury tax every year. Like they never, and maybe this is like a corporate owner thing. This is probably a Josh. We're probably not giving Josh Harris enough flack because we can talk about more all the live long day. Josh Harris is really the guy that calls the shots.
He does, and he needs to make a decision. Is it Morey that goes? Is it Nick Nurse that goes? I mean, yes, Nick Nurse helped his team come back from a 3-1 deficit against the Celtics. But then here's the problem, though. You also got swept by the Knicks. Even though the Knicks are great, they're a great team. They were supposed to win this series anyway. But the way that they just laid there and lied down there like a sad puppet is just pathetic. And I think Nick Nurse needs to be held accountable for that part. If it means getting fired, then maybe it does. But I don't know. I mean, I think honestly, you gotta. Yes, Morey's been able to draft VJ Edgecombe. Yes, he's been able to draft Tyrese Maxey, but he is not. He has put us in a hole to the point that like now we are like the cap hit is nuts for us right now. So it's nuts. But I really hope. I mean, right now they are at the 22nd pick. I'm pretty sure. Maybe they can find a diamond in the rough. I hope to God they can. I think this is a good draft in general, but you need more shooters. You just need that. I mean, you saw the way the Knicks play. They have shooters. You need to do that, and they're just not doing that. It sucks.
Yeah, well, Todd, or anybody that's still in the comments, we've got our, we're gonna end the show soon. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna end it pretty soon.
Yeah, we do have our line open still. I think. So call in real quick. We'll get you in before we end things. For like a minute or two. At that number is 302-316-4848. 302.
Oh yeah, it is.
316-4848. Rant about the Sixers. We'll definitely have you on for a minute or two. But this person brings up, another long process. But I feel like the process has been dead. The process is
it's been dead. It's been dead since I would say 2022, 2023, around that time.
Yeah,
it's been dead.
In fact, it might have died on the Kawhi shot.
Yeah. But Todd's saying too that he says, I like Nick Nurse. I don't have issues with him. I agree to points, but it's like I also want to be mad if they got rid of him as well. What about Bob Myers? Yeah, I don't know so Bob Myers is more of like an owner, apparently. He's an owner in this somehow. I don't think he can get in the GM role. I don't think I would love for him to be a GM because he was a GM for the Warriors and helped them win championships. I don't know why they would bring him in just to be an owner. It doesn't make any sense. Bring him in as a GM. I think he's an amazing GM. So that would be awesome. I would love that.
Poor Sam Hinkie, man. Like, he got too much crap. He really did. I know he set us up for failure for a couple of years.
Yeah, he made some bad picks, I'll say that. I mean, he was the one who drafted Jaleel, didn't
he? Yeah.
He drafted Jaleel.
But he also drafted
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
But
yeah.
I think I think that'll end things.
Yeah.
I think that's going to end things for sure.
Yeah, we just definitely had to do this because there's a lot to get off our chest. They need to make a big move with this team. They need to make some moves, or they're just going to keep on doing this to us. They might miss the playoffs. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's absolutely depressing. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, that being said, that's going to wrap up this year's coverage of Sixers basketball on 302 Birds, unless some crazy trade happens. But I do want to say real fast, I want to thank I've said it once, but I'll say it again. I just want to thank KJ and Dalt and Dennis for letting me be a part of the Sixers post game.
Of course,
it's been a blast. I've had a blast. That series against Boston was so peak. It really was. And I'm glad to be manning the ship for a lot of these nights, and I can't wait.
Yeah, you've done a great job. You've done a great job. There's been some times where I wasn't able to be on the show, and you've been able to step up, and proud of you, man. Definitely keep the good work, and definitely I know go check out the Philly Sports Pulse. Go check that out. Also go check out. We'll be doing more of the Phillies post games as well. The Phillies are off tonight, I think, right?
Yep, they're off tonight. Yep.
So,
yep. Friday will be back tomorrow with me. Yep.
Yeah, Friday we'll be back. I'll probably be joining in on some post games more often now since the Sixers and Flyers seasons are over. It was a lot of fun, though. It definitely was. And I thought they were maybe going to miss the playoffs. I think they could have missed the playoffs. The Sixers could have, but they were able to slip in. They were able to upset the Celtics the way they did, and they just upset us all when they just got swept by the Knicks. And it is what it is, and they got to look themselves in the mirror.
All right, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. But for everybody at 3-2 Birds, I want to thank you all for watching this final edition of the Sixers post-game show. We'll see you in 2027. And let's go Sixers.
104, 7 seconds to play.
We're going to be talking basketball.
Dishes it to Barkley, who somehow finds daylight.